All right, so somewhere we got cut off, and I was talking about how I wish Jaleel was on the Bulls. But what I was going to say is they need to straight up say screw the league. It doesn't matter. They're going to be absolutely buns for a while.
Trash.
And what they need to do, retain Holiday, retain Jaleel, retain Julius Randle. I think those are all great pieces. And then I think what they need to do is try and honestly make that trade with the Celtics happen. They need to try and get a splash. They need to try and trade up in this draft, get a big name player. If they could get a Cam, an RJ, a Zion, like one of those big name guys, they have all these assets they're about to get from the Celtics. They're going to have picks. They're going to have role players. Build around that guy. Stock him the F up. And literally beef him up. Make him the man. If you can do that.
They need someone to be the man.
Because think about it.
They need someone to be the man.
That's what I'm saying. They need someone that's going to come in and say, this is my damn team.
Yeah.
If they can find someone, you know what they need to do? They would benefit fantastic. This would never happen because he would never go there. But the perfect, absolute perfect fit that I think could honestly help them, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler at the small forward would be crazy. They could draft someone like Ja, get Jimmy, get Drew, get Randall, and how much OK center and Jaleel? Those are the two centers they have.
Jimmy Butler's a free agent.
That's what I'm saying. They have potential.
So is Tobias Harris.
But I don't think anyone's going to go there because they're just
100%.
terrible.
They're just
Their
so
front
stupid.
office is literally an
They're just
IQ of 13
Trash.
at best. They had 6 years with a top 5 player in the league.
They're trash.
He is a monster.
Arguably MVP.
They need a culture change.
Anyways,
All right,
That's where we're
Pelicans
gonna
are just a
end it.
joke.
And
Get
now
rid of
I'm
them.
getting
Get them
to
out
the
my
Mavericks.
face.
I'm getting to the Mavericks.
All right, I want to hear
Mavericks-
what you say because I got some big statements I'm about to say with them.
The Mavericks need to pray they somehow jump. They need to pray they somehow jump. That would be
If they do that,
that would be
GG's.
that would be ridiculous.
If they do that, they're an immediate
Ridiculous.
contender.
But
No
I don't
question.
think that's gonna happen.
No, it's not
So
reasonable.
they're gonna have to rely on free agency. I think I honestly
they don't got a
think-
lot of cap.
I know, but I think they need to trim the fat, get
Yep.
rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. That's such a
Ooh,
ridiculous
you okay?
contract. Yeah, I just choked.
Okay.
They need to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah,
The dude is not a good.
Not good.
He's a decent role player and he gets paid.
at best. And
He
he's
gets
getting,
paid ridiculous. If they can somehow rework his contract and keep him as a role player, that would be nice. But I know he.
why
won't
would
do
he
that.
do that?
He
He's
wouldn't
never
do
going to
that.
get the money he's getting paid right now. He's
I-
he's Tyler Johnson 2.0.
Right.
Because he got that stupid
I'm
contract
gonna be
with the
honest.
Nets.
If they can lure Kemba to Dallas, that would be nice.
Who?
If they can get Kemba to Dallas,
he
that
said
would
Kendra.
be
I was like, I don't know who
that would be nice.
Yeah, but I don't think that's reasonable.
But I like Luka with the ball.
Yes,
I
exactly.
want Luka with
I
the
want
ball.
Luka being the point forward.
And you know who I want, and you know I think would be perfect for that team? Nikola Vucevic.
Yep,
He
I
can
like him.
shoot. He would be perfect next to
Or-
Porzingis. Luka with 2 great all-star big
Valanciunas.
men. I
No,
like
no, no,
I like
but-
Vucevic
but
so much.
a lot
better,
more,
though.
but I'm saying Valanciunas is another alternative that
Then
could
they
fit.
could maybe get another free agent that's these two, but
Exactly.
I think Vucevic would just be so good with stretching the floor.
But-
Luka would just kill every team with his
But the
vision.
only
dude.
thing with that is, are the Magic really going to move Vucevic? They just made the playoffs for the first time in
I know, but he's a
forever.
free agent. Like
But you're telling me they're not going to throw
I
the.
think-
They're
I
going
think
to
if
throw
the-
the. They're going to throw a house.
I think Mark Cuban could lure him away. Honestly, Mark Cuban's that dude.
I just don't know if they have the money for it.
Right.
That's my thing because I don't know their.
I
cap
think they
space.
should get but I think I would love to see him get Vucevic and then sign like Jeff Teague or someone like that, or someone who can shoot at the point guard.
See, I'm glad you. I'm
Defenders
glad
and
you,
shooters.
Yeah.
I'm glad you kind of
Uh-huh.
talked about that because that was gonna. It's kind of like mine, but
Defenders and shooters.
mine's a little more far fetched. This is a lot of moves, a lot of convincing. It's going to be very hard if they could do this. They would be a powerhouse and they would contend and they could beat the Warriors. Honestly, I think first off, they need to get role players to surround Luka and Kristaps. That's going to be their 45 points a game between the two of them, undoubtedly. Kristaps, absolute savage. Luka, perennial superstar in the making. If he continues to develop over this year like he did last year, there's no way that
They
he's
need
not
to
going to
pray
be.
he doesn't get hurt.
Exactly. I don't think he will though. I mean, the
I don't think
dude
he
looks
will.
durable.
He does look durable, but if he gets hurt,
He
dude,
also, but he's also been playing professional for how long? So he's conditioned.
Rookie of the
But this is my big thing. If they could do this, they would go from rebuilding to contenders immediately. If they could potentially move a future pick or two, move Tim Hardaway or another role player that's somewhat valued, trade him to Detroit, Let them blow it up and get Blake Griffin. Could you imagine
Trade away Harrison Barnes?
He's already gone. Harrison
Oh, yeah,
Barnes,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
on the
yeah.
Kings.
Yeah, he's already gone. I like
If they could have Kristaps and Blake as the two big men with Luka running the point, they could have a decent shooting guard and a decent small forward, and they're contenders because they're deep enough to where they're going to have players that are going to come in and still produce. But if you have that big three, I mean, Blake was incredible
Augustin,
this
yeah.
year.
I
Incredible this
just
year.
think Kristaps has the ball too much. Blake is one of those players that gets his own shot most of the time.
But Blake had to do that.
I know.
What is he going to do? Let Drummond dribble the ball?
Yeah.
Let Luke Kennard
I
dribble?
just don't think he's the same Blake Griffin that let Chris Paul dime him up 100% of the time.
He's a point guard like Chris Paul Sims.
But
I don't think he's the same Blake.
I think
he had to transform. The league changed him.
Exactly. I think he had to adapt, and I think what he's adapted into. Outside of the fact that he has to.
No, he's great. I love it. That was so good what he did this season.
But I'm saying, just think about how much better he's going to be as a player when he doesn't need to make the plays himself. When Luka cuts to the hoop, draws a defender, they dish it to him.
I just think Detroit's stupid, and they're just going to keep him.
They're going to keep 100%.
But I don't think they're going to be stupid. They're going to keep him because they love him, and Blake's awesome.
I agree.
A team needs to get him
But
out.
I'm just saying.
A team needs to save him.
Exactly, because he's going to waste away his career because Detroit's just dumb, dude. Detroit's just stupid. They're stupid, and they're unrealistic.
Yeah. Andre Drummond did not.
Blow it up.
He did not.
All right, we're not talking about the Pistons now. We got on a whole different
tangent. He did not progress correctly.
So let's move on to the Heat. The Heat, honestly, for me,
they need to
super simple.
100%.
Super simple.
They have Hassan Whiteside.
Thank you. Needs to be gone. He's the problem.
Huge.
He's the problem.
That contract's huge. Sorry, Calvin.
Go ahead.
Jesus, bums.
You're a bum.
The Heat need to move all of that stupid wing depth.
They
are just like the Nuggets. They have like 5 or 6 guys that you could say, yeah, they could start, or they'd be fantastic off the bench. Pick who the hell you want and run with it.
Dion Waiters.
I'm not even getting into all the names because it'll take too long to talk to them.
Many.
But I'm saying, move that wing depth for better players. Get a power forward that can do something. Exactly. I'm okay with them keeping Hassan if they can put another big piece with him as a big man. Hassan, I like him as a big man. He just doesn't have any help.
Exactly.
He just straight up.
He needs someone there with him.
Exactly. Because
Goran
Dragic, I love Goran. I think he is a fantastic point guard.
Absolutely.
He knows he's not the man. He doesn't try and make himself the man. They need to get someone in there that, again, like a Jimmy Butler or Tobias Harris, or someone that's going to be able just to kind of say, yo, let me turn you guys in the right direction. They are literally going in 10 different directions at once, and Pat Riley either needs to step it the F up or step the F down. Because he's not doing anything. Eric Spoelstra, he's doing fantastic as a coach there. I love him as being a coach there because I think he's smart. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he knows what he's talking about. But I just think that their entire front office just is fumbling it. They have assets, they have pieces. Yeah. They could do something. They have a proven guy that could be an all-star with Hassan. He puts up the numbers and they hype him up.
They have a fringe all-star Josh Richardson. I think in a good system Josh Richardson would be great. Justice Winslow's a defensive stopper.
Justice Winslow.
He is so good off the bench. Bam Adebayo needs to progress more.
Justice is the ideal 6-man because you could bring him in and he'd D up anyone.
Exactly.
He's like him and Rocco are like the perfect 6-man kind of guys in my opinion in today's league.
I think they need a forward in this draft, and I think next year they need to be bad and take like Cole Anthony or a point guard next year. To
LaMelo,
or someone like that to just take over for
make
over
the
for
shooting guard and put LaMelo at point. Okay,
I think Josh Richardson might be shooting guard or small forward. I don't know,
but you know what I'm saying because Goran's not going to start.
All right, so it looks like we kind of have the same points about the Heat. So we're gonna move on to the T-Wolves. What do you think?
Do you want to start, or you want to just want me to?
I'm gonna start.
I was gonna say because you're gonna say probably the same things I am because I think we're on the same page with them because the stupid moves they can make.
They
just
made
fix like
so
that.
many stupid moves, and it's like I like Dario, I love Rocco.
Same thing.
Cat is one of the top 3 big men for the rest of his career.
Keep Sark and Rocco.
100%.
They need to get rid of Jeff Teague. He has an awful contract, and
they
need to get a guard. They need to get a guard in this draft who can score.
100%. They're going to go with Trey Jones off the bench.
They need to get. I think Andrew Wiggins. I think Cat needs to be the number 1 option.
Tyus.
I think Cat needs to be the number 1 option. Wiggins needs to be the number 3 option, and someone needs to be the
He
number
needs to
2
get his head.
option.
He needs to get his head out of his ass.
Wiggins,
That's really what he needs to
get
do.
And
rid
they
of
need a
Wiggins.
culture changer. They need,
I like
they
that,
need
though.
a new
I
head
like
coach.
that a lot.
They need a new head coach who was a former player to work with Cat and Andrew Wiggins, someone they can respect.
KG.
Kevin Garnett would be
100%.
perfect there, and they need a
where
guard
he came
who
from.
can do something. If they
He
got
would
Kevin
develop-
Garnett when Jimmy Butler was there, he would have
developed
worked it.
Cat into a freak. Cat
Yeah.
would be the next Hakeem.
If Kevin Garnett was there when Jimmy was there, it would have worked.
Yes,
It
this
would've
is
worked.
my 2 cents on this. Give up on Andrew Wiggins.
Yes.
You held on to him so long because you let go of your promised child, Kevin Love, and he's never going to do anything. He's a bum. He doesn't have
He's a
any
bum.
will. He doesn't have any drive.
He's
He's
a
never
bum.
going to be better than a decent role player 6-man. What I think they need to do, like I said,
Kind of reminds me of Jamal Crawford, honestly.
no, don't disrespect Jamal like that.
No,
Jamal's
I'm not
Jamal's a
Andrew
disrespecting
Wiggins
him.
is a bum. Jamal
Yeah.
Crawford is a god.
dude. Yeah, no, that's like.
I mean, like,
Jamal
like
Crawford
Jamal
wins
Crawford.
awards.
No,
This is-
Andrew Wiggins is a
Not
bum.
now.
Yeah. And I think another thing what they should do is try and trade a wig for a mid first rounder this year.
Something.
Honestly, dude, because
They
like
need to get
if they could get,
something.
I think you know who would be a fantastic fit here because they're so low in the lottery. Darius Garland. They could take the risk because guess what?
Or DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, I like DeAndre Hunter
would be
too.
Great.
I think he'd be good too. But I'm just saying, with how much potential Darius Garland has, everyone's hooting and hollering. I didn't see him playing enough.
Honestly, if Romeo's there, take him.
Yeah,
Romeo would be perfect.
I agree because guess
If
what?
they
He's the
take
number
Romeo,
2. He's
yeah.
and then they could keep Wiggins.
And then they can keep
honestly.
Wiggins, and if they get someone like Kevin Garnett to do the culture change, but I don't think they're going to do the Kevin Garnett culture
No, that would be
change.
too smart.
They couldn't do that. They can't do that. They're the Timberwolves. They're stupid. They're not going to do
They're
that.
probably gonna try and sign Jim Boylan,
Yeah.
the
Or Tom
Timberwolves.
Thibodeau or something
Alrighty,
like that.
so is that
And then they'll have to get rid of
That's it.
Wiggins.
Oh,
If they have no
also,
culture change, get rid of Wiggins. If not, culture change, keep him.
last point before we're done with the T-Wolves. Try your absolute best to retain D Rose. Fantastic bench
Yes.
player, fantastic guy that came off the bench.
100%.
He was the
Yes.
spark. He was gritty.
And
he was
and he can
perfect.
start at shooting guard for
But-
them if need be.
Good luck retaining him. He's gonna get
Yeah.
paid somewhere.
He's going to
and
get paid somewhere
He's gonna go. He's gonna say,
stupid.
"Fuck
He's
the
gonna get paid somewhere
Timberwolves.
stupid.
They're a joke. They're a mess."
I guarantee you, your Pelicans are going to give him an outrageous amount of
Wouldn't
money.
be
Hey,
surprised
I'd be okay
for
with that.
Yeah.
D Rose,
I'm
Drew,
just saying.
Randall, and
Yeah.
assets.
I know,
be
but they're
good.
probably going to be stupid
Alright.
and lose everyone.
So the
Let's
next.
talk about the
the Kings.
100%.
Now, Hooper has a huge boner for them, so I'm literally going to go
Yeah.
through, hit my points extremely briefly, and just let Hooper take over because he is just absolutely painting the inside of his pants right now thinking about it.
Yes.
In my opinion, the Kings are just like the Hawks. Phenomenal position if they're
better
smart
than the Hawks.
and they
Better.
let them marinate. They have Willie Cauley-Stein is finally developing into the player they thought he would be.
Mhm.
He's going to continue to develop. I have faith in him. I like him as a player. I think he's going to be good.
Really?
I think another thing is continue to develop De'Aaron Fox.
100%.
De'Aaron
Oh,
Fox
yes.
Bagley.
will be. Oh, I'm
Bagley.
getting there. I'm getting to Bagley. Don't worry. Continue to develop De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is the man. Plain and simple. No questions asked. I think he could be an all-star, no doubt. And also, Bagley just looks very promising. Bagley didn't surprise me this year, but he
I
didn't.
love him.
He
I
didn't.
love him.
he
Second
didn't-
player in the draft.
He
Second
didn't make me.
second
He
favorite
didn't make me
draft.
disappointed. I think he produced where I thought he would, and it's very good to see that for the Kings. For one, someone's panning out that should be panning out. I think
Didn't even
they
talk
have.
about Buddy Hield.
I'm
Buddy
getting
Hield is
there.
great.
I'm getting there.
Great for them. Perfect shooter.
They have very promising role players. Harrison Barnes is a great role player on that team.
Yes.
I
Big
think what they
dog.
really need to do, this is going to be a little outrageous, but just let me talk. Let me finish.
Okay. Let
Let
talk.
let Buddy take the helm. As crazy as it sounds, let Buddy take over. Let him be the facilitator. If you run the offense through him, he's not the best player on the team. I'm not saying he is, but if you run it through him, that leaves De'Aaron Fox to make some moves off the ball. That leaves Bagley to move off the ball. That leaves
Yeah, it
Willie
really
Cauley-Stein.
does.
And think about how much those big men can stretch the floor. I mean, I'm not saying they're good shooters, but they're athletic and they're huge and they could do it. If
Okay.
they don't want to do that, trade Buddy because he needs to flourish somewhere. Buddy,
Somewhere.
I think, could be
Yes.
an all-star, but it's
Or
all
if he's used correctly.
exactly. It's all about how they use him.
Yeah.
It's just Buddy. I love him. I think he could really be the absolute middle finger to the Pelicans for trading
Yes.
him, and I think he has that grittiness to do it. I think he's been doubted for his entire
I-
career, even in Oklahoma.
I
And
love
now
Buddy.
I am done. Hooper, take her
Yes.
away, buddy.
with the Buddy thing, the Kings have the biggest boner for Buddy.
I love
They
him.
love Buddy, and I love Buddy too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how could you
I don't
not?
think there's any way they're gonna get rid
Thank
of Buddy.
you. No.
I don't think that. I think
I
they'll pay
couldn't see
Buddy
that.
an outrageous amount of money to keep him if they have to.
I think if they could keep him on a somewhat smaller big contract, they would be able to be a contender.
Yes.
But
I'm
gonna
get to a point
pay.
with it. You said something about my boy Willie. Willie's a free agent. Willie's a free agent. And he's gonna. I feel like Willie's gonna do something stupid and demand big money that the Kings can't keep him.
See,
That
thing with that is, I think I could see that happening, but I also think he's kind of more sensible than that because he knows he needed to develop. He had one good year. I hope it doesn't go to his head, and I hope his agent's not a cock.
Yeah.
Because if he could take a moderate contract for 2 years, like 14, 13 mil a year for 2 years, let them kind of make pieces around him, he's going to see, oh shit, we got potential. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because Willie is a true center who could be great, and Bagley is a new age power forward, and I love it.
I hope they can re-sign him. If they can get him for reasonable money, they have to re-sign him. But if he wants that big money, they have to let him walk. They have to let him go. They can't afford to pay him that much with Buddy needing contracts, Bagley and Aaron needing contracts.
They need to be smart. They do not overextend themselves.
If they let him walk, they need to draft a big man with Bagley. Maybe Bol is there to draft with Bagley. That would be my wet dream.
Crazy, but I don't think.
But if not, I think they can either take a power forward or a center because I think they can move Bagley to center if need be. Bagley, I guarantee you, he could still grow. He's literally 18 years old.
That is true.
18. He's 19. He just turned 19 this year. Like, the dude's insane. So,
I love the fact that they're mobile big men. They can keep him.
If they keep him, I think they get an athletic forward that can play defense that they can come off the bench. Or maybe if Little's there, because Little might fall. If Nasir Little is there, that would be insane.
I agree.
But Buddy is so good, dude. They need to treat Buddy like the Bucks treat Chris Middleton.
Do you want me to be honest? You know what would be a crazy thing?
Because I think Buddy and Chris Middleton are damn near like the same player.
Do you know who I think would be phenomenal and just an absolute monster if they could if he somehow slides here? I don't think he will because I think he has too much potential. Romeo would be unreal.
Because they could move Buddy to small forward and have Harrison come off the bench.
Exactly.
And that would be ridiculous. And I love Yogi. And
oh my, that's what I'm saying. And their IU boys. Yeah. They got Yogi there too.
Iman's not bad. He's a defensive stopper too.
That's what
they need to get rid of Scal. Scal was a bust. And Harry Giles.
With him, but I don't think they can move him. I don't think they can move those guys.
Harry Giles, I don't know what they're doing with Harry Giles.
All right, well, I think before we start talking and imagining things for the Kings, we better wrap it up and just let's see what they do here in the next few years. So we're excited.
Next 2 years, they're going to be a 4 seed at least.
Yes.
I think they could be a better version of the Blazers
if they play their pieces right.
If they play their chips right, they could be a better version of the Blazers.
But their GM's an absolute moron. So
yeah. So stupid.
So, I'm going to go ahead and take on the Lakers super quick because I'm going to run through this because I'm sure that you guys are going to have some stuff. But I feel like honestly, I'm going to hit a lot of stuff, and I don't know if you guys are really going to need to add too much. So, tell me if I'm wrong. First and foremost, get a legit coach. Get an absolute legit coach. Don't get a goddamn babysitter. Ty Lue's a joke of a coach. He got fired because LeBron wanted him fired. Why would you bring him in? It's a bonehead move in my opinion, but that's just me. Get a legit coach, someone that can help LeBron, even work with LeBron. LeBron's the coach. Everyone knows it. Mike was the coach with Phil. They worked hand in hand because Phil's a good coach.
Would never happen, but Kobe Bryant would work.
Oh, it would be crazy.
Would never happen, but Kobe Bryant could
Magic Johnson?
He could do it. No.
All right, so going through that. Don't keep revolving through half of their roster every year. Stick with some people, develop them. This is they have pieces that was stupid that they had to try and stretch it and make it very dumb.
Their signings were so stupid.
They had some very questionable things. So what I would say is literally surround LeBron with the role players that he wants, like he always does, everything like that. I would say their big play needs to be to target another star. They will never get it done in the West unless they land someone like Clay or Jimmy or Tobias. Without them, LeBron can't do it himself. But
need
with
a
that
big man
being
free
said,
agent.
if they don't get them, he'll be a mediocre team forever. And I think what they need to do, this is their three things they need to do with the young guys, because they got a lot of question marks. Keep Lonzo. Love him. Think he's going to develop?
Lonzo.
I think they just don't need to expect him to drop 20 and 10 because he won't. He'll be a 13, 9, and 5 guy. He'll get 13 points, 9 assists, 5 boards, get a couple steals, be productive. He's not the man. They don't need him to be the man. They got LeBron. I think they need to keep Kuzma. Love him.
Kuz's
Think he's a great
great.
player, and they need to move
Glad you
Brandon
brought
Ingram.
that up. I'm glad you
They
brought
need to
First
that
build
off,
up.
Brandon Ingram's super scary with the blood stuff, with the DVR, whatever it is. I think he's super scary, but there's no room for him. Where's he gonna go? He's not gonna want to come off the bench. He's too good to come off the
LeBron
bench.
is already in his position anyway, and they already have someone player like LeBron and Kuzma anyway.
Exactly. So it's not like they can
They
play
have
him at
the
the
forwards
4.
filled.
What are they gonna put
Yeah.
LeBron at the 5? No, that's just dumb. They're not gonna put him at the 2 either. That's what I'm saying. They need to just move Ingram, try and get an asset for him. They're not. I mean, they're not gonna be able to move him for like
I'm
a
glad
top
you brought
5
that
pick.
up.
Right.
But honestly,
Maybe
Ooh.
trade
they
their
could-
pick. Maybe trade their pick and Brandon Ingram for like 7 or something like
They
that.
could try, but I don't know if anyone's gonna
Like,
move with
maybe
them.
the
But I
Wizards
think-
would want Brandon Ingram.
Maybe.
That would
But
be
he's
nice.
scary. He's scary.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say he's kind of almost an untouchable for a lot of
Yeah.
teams. So that's the only thing with him.
Who do you think they should draft?
It's gonna. I can't say because you got to see who's left because they have a very late lottery pick. Because
I don't think.
who's
I
to
think.
say,
I think
who's-
Bol Bol or
who's to say-
Romeo's gonna fall.
Exactly.
I
Who's to
think
say
one
they?
of them's
Who's
gonna
to say
fall.
they make it there, but who's to say they don't make it there?
Mhm.
So it's too early to
And
say.
I think their GM
but
would be stupid and take
They
someone
need.
bad too.
I would say if Bol is there, he would be a no-brainer for me because he is their stretching, shootable big man.
that
that-
LeBron needs.
Exactly. That's what he needs. Brooke Lopez would have been a perfect fit.
Yes.
Marc Gasol would have been Vucevic, perfect fit.
Yes.
There's these big guys that don't have to play like they're a true center because LeBron can take it to the hole. And if they have a big man down there, there's going to be a big man waiting for LeBron down there. It's just simple logic. So that's my sense of the Lakers. If you need to say more, I think, like I said, I covered a lot of it.
I completely agree. I just think they should maybe try and get a really good rookie in this draft.
I just don't know
and
if
if
they
they
can.
can, and maybe if they draft him, they either keep him or they trade him for assets.
Absolutely. But I just don't know how they can do it.
Maybe trade like they draft Romeo. Maybe trade Romeo and Brandon Ingram for like
Beal.
something. Beal, McCollum,
Yeah.
something like that.
I don't think they're going to move McCollum after
I
they
don't
just
know.
won the series.
I'm just saying something like that.
All right.
Dude,
Last-
honestly, with the
Yeah.
Lakers, man, I love how you brought up like the different players and the assets and young players they have because I like the Lakers and I was a little upset when LeBron signed there with the Lakers, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give LeBron a shot and see what he can do. Yes, he signed a 4-year deal. I think if they do certain things, move certain pieces, they can win the chip in his 3rd year.
Woo!
I would say
Wow!
3rd year he could win it, but
Oh.
that's saying they got to move certain
They
pieces
need-
and whatnot.
Let
You
him
said
talk.
you said you want to move Brandon Ingram. I disagree.
Okay.
Move
Where's
Kyle
he going?
Kuzma.
Oh.
Move Kyle Kuzma. Move Kuzma. Because him and he has so much potential. I think he should go somewhere else. I think you develop Ingram on the Lakers, and
Let me
Who
ask
would
you
they
this.
trade?
Let me
Who would
ask
they
you
trade
this.
him? And what would they get for him?
No, not even that.
What would they?
Hold on,
How would
pause.
they improve
No,
by trading him?
pause. Oh, so then are you saying that they would move Ingram to the 3 and LeBron to the 4 for the starting lineup? Or what are you saying with that? Because Kuz is their starting 4, LeBron's their starting 3, and Ingram is currently not in the starting lineup. So are you saying that move their starting power forward and put LeBron at power forward where he's going to be a little undersized, but he's going to be just as bulky, and then Ingram at small forward? That's all I'm asking. I'm just asking if that's what you're thinking.
and I like
It
that.
wasn't like I was attacking you. I'm simply asking because
and-
I don't know how the fuck they would do that.
If they move Kyle Kuzma out there, and like I said, it comes to draft picks, a lot of the things. And you guys were talking about if Bol slips, that's a perfect draft pick to pick there.
I don't think he will.
Well, no,
He's
100%.
too
I'm just
good.
saying, there's just speculations that you do, but I think
Take the
Ingram-
best available player. Is
I
what they
really
do in
hope
the
I think
draft.
Ingram-
Lonzo
I just-
progresses into something insane. I hope he does. I
I
think
really
he
do.
will, and I hope he does.
Do you know what they could do though? If they didn't want to keep Lonzo, move Lonzo to a team that's gonna have a pretty shitty pick next year. Try and get that pick for Lonzo straight up, and then draft like a Darius Garland.
The Suns trade for
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball and draft like Cam or something?
That would be ridiculous. But I mean, I would say first off, they
I
would try
like
to go
this.
for
I
Ja.
don't think it would happen, but Kyle Kuzma and maybe Caldwell Pope and maybe another player or something, and a draft pick or 2 for Blake Griffin.
I don't like that. I don't think Blake would work well with LeBron.
You don't think
they're
so?
Way
They're
too
like-
similar.
They are both ball
They're very
dominant.
well.
but-
Everything's similar with them. They can take it to the
It'd be
hoop.
like
They
this-
can stretch the floor. They're big and they can ball handle and they're athletic. They're the identical player,
that's
but
so
he's not
true.
like
LeBron-
Kevin
but
Love,
LeBron's
'cause
a better
Kevin
version
Love,
of him.
Yeah, he's not like Kevin Love.
Exactly.
I just want to know
I don't think it would
who
work
could
with
use it for
Kevin
Kyle
Love.
Kuzma because I love Kyle Kuzma. I have no disrespect.
I don't
to
know.
him.
I don't know
Love
how they
him.
would trade him and get
Exactly.
better. I don't know how they
I,
would.
I really don't
Would
see.
they trade him for
You know what I'm
Beal?
saying? I mean, me
This
personally,
would
I
be
just-
this would be my only one that I'd
We
be
need to
willing to
finish it. We need
do
to wrap
would
up
be
about the Lakers. Who else?
would be trading him to the Spurs and getting LaMarcus and DeJounte. Because honestly, I'm not saying
Or maybe
DeJounte
Lonnie.
starts. Huh?
Maybe Lonnie.
I don't think they're going to move Lonnie. I think they like Lonnie too much.
Yeah.
But I think because if
Okay.
they could get DeJounte as a guy that would challenge Lonzo, it would push Lonzo to become better. Have DeJounte be a strappy backup point guard like Pat Bev, but younger and better.
Lamarcus Aldridge
And
can
then
stretch the
LaMarcus
floor.
Aldridge is an
I
animal.
like that. I
Because
like that a
LaMarcus
lot.
is a fantastic. He's a better version of what they hoped Kevin Love would do. In my opinion, because he's a true big man, but he can also shoot from
He can
deep.
shoot from deep. Yes, he
All right, enough with the Lakers. Let's wrap this up. Hornets, the
Wrap
last
it up
team.
with the
I really
Bummy
think-
Hornets.
I think this is
Blow
gonna
up
be-
their
this would
team.
be
can.
a short
We all
discussion.
have
keep,
that. Yep.
keep the young talent they have.
This is-
Keep Miles Bridges.
Yep.
Keep Malik Monk.
Yep.
I don't know who else you keep in there. Maybe Frank Kaminsky. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who
So
else
this is
they
what I
keep.
say they need to do. I think they need to sign and trade Kemba.
Yes.
I think
get,
that's- they
get
have-
assets.
They can't just lose Kemba.
They're gonna have to go back to the Bobcats, bro. They're gonna go back. They're that bad.
It comes down to the Pelicans. They don't know how to
Yeah.
surround.
They're that bad.
They don't know how to surround
They
people with
choked it
talent.
away.
They choked it away.
100%.
They choked
And
it away.
I think they're gonna keep choking it away as long
Michael
as Jordan
Kilgore-
is the GM.
Kid Gilchrist.
Like they stuck all their faith in him. Like Jeremy
Boom.
Lamb. Like
No, I like Jeremy Lamb.
I do, but like
But he's
he
a role
doesn't
player.
do it exactly.
He's a role player.
He's not gonna come up.
I would like to see them keep him because I think he could be a good player that could be fringe.
I
It's
hope
the only
that
man who
they-
it's the only
I
man who
don't
can
know.
beat the Toronto Raptors.
I hope to God they can
Get two
progress
game winners out
Malik
of this
Monk
season.
better than Jeremy Lamb.
What?
I hope to God they can progress Malik
Oh,
Monk
yeah.
better than Jeremy Lamb.
Oh,
I
100%.
agree, but
I agree.
Yeah, they better not because Malik Monk better do something because he did nothing his rookie year and he did good this year, but he needs to keep doing it.
I think you
And
need
Miles Bridges needs to show up,
100% get rid of Kemba and focus on Malik Monk or focus on a player.
last thing, so we can be done with this. Of the 14 teams we discussed, who was the first of those 14 to win a ship, and how long until they do it? Because I think there are a couple teams that could do it,
100%.
but not
Okay.
within the next 3-4 years. I think all these teams are at least 3 years out.
If I had to pick a team right now, I'd say the Kings in the next 3 years. I think the Kings could do it. I think the Kings have in the West if they do what we talked about, if they're smart about it with Buddy Hield and everything, and you get like a great GM front office, that team's running,
All right.
running.
Cooper,
So I can only say one.
you have to pick the one that you think will do it because two teams can't
I'm
win.
gonna be
in 10 years.
honest. The Hawks.
That's what I was gonna say.
think the Hawks.
Nope,
Okay.
took the words out of my
Okay.
mouth.
Hawks.
Eastern Conference, Western Conference.
Trey
This is-
Young is gonna be so good, dude. John Collins, they can get a great piece in this
Two.
one, and
Two
they can
pieces.
get 2 pieces, or they can get 1 in future pieces, dude. And
I
I think Atlanta is gonna be a free agent destination because of Trey. People will want
still
to
got
play with
Budenholzer?
Trey. Huh?
Who's their coach? Budenholzer still?
No, Budenholzer's on the
he's gone.
Bucks.
That's right, it's the Bucks.
But
He's being
I think
successful.
I think
Who's their
I
coach?
think
Do we
I don't
know?
know. I don't know, but I think Trey
think
can
the
make
Hawks-
Atlanta a destination to go to.
I think it's going to be the Hawks, and I'm going to say right now, the West is the conference you don't want to be in. They're too
Yeah.
good. They have too many
That's
good
why I didn't
teams.
say the Suns.
And that's
I
why I
didn't
think-
say the Suns.
I mean,
I
you're
think
right.
that's what I'm saying. I don't
wouldn't
think
have said the Suns
There's not going to be
either.
anyone who's going to dethrone the Western Conference
Exactly.
big guys.
I think
That's why I didn't say the Mavericks either because
That's
they
exactly.
because
Exactly. That's what I'm saying with
Yeah.
the East team. I think the Hawks have the
the
best
front
chance.
office.
I think the Bulls and as a sleeper, I'm gonna say I think if the Wizards can do something in
No.
this draft and do something, dude, I think they can
Give them
literally
5 years.
just
Give the
hop
Wizards
back up.
5 years, bro. They're
Dude,
not gonna do
I'm
anything. for the next
saying if
5
they
years.
can get some help in this draft, dude,
They're gonna
bold prediction,
they'll
I
choke
think
it.
they can hop back up.
They'll choke.
I hope to God they don't.
The
do it,
reason
'cause
I
I think
say
if they don't choke it, they can be back in the playoffs next year.
I love the Hawks and like they have good young potential just like the Kings, and I love how you guys brought the Hawks up, and because they're in Eastern Conference, so it's gonna be a little bit easier. But I think if the Kings change their GM, their front office, they've got it. If they don't change it, they're screwed. Then I can totally see the Hawks getting it first. So
All right. Then what about this? Between. All right. Who do you think is gonna be the worst team next year?
The
the
Knicks.
Cavs.
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
Cavs.
I don't think the Knicks are even
I
gonna
don't
be
think
close.
the Knicks are going to sign a big free agent.
I don't think Knicks. I don't think they will either. I don't know. I don't know
think
why.
they are. If they do, then
Why
it'll
would
be the
someone want to
Cavs.
go there besides the fact it's New York?
Yeah.
I
No
don't-
one else would want to
I'll
go
be
there.
honest. There's
Why?
no other
No,
reason.
the GM's awful. Everyone
office,
who goes there
awful.
says it's awful. Everyone who goes there.
If
dude.
Carmelo Anthony
And I don't think
could
Kevin
be
Knox is
successful
going to
there,
progress either. I don't know.
Nobody can.
Like, I don't know. And I honestly think the Cavs are a lot closer than people think. Because Colin Sexton's a good piece.
I like him.
They
a
can
lot,
trade
but
Kevin
I
Love
don't
for
know.
something, or if not, Kevin Love could be a good role player. And I think if they get RJ, dude, they're so close.
hot take, Cavs drop out of the top 3 because you know why? They've had too much bullshit luck in the lottery in the last couple of years. I think it's time he's going to bite them in the ass when it matters the most.
Dude, what happens? If they somehow got the first pick, dude, I would cry.
Dude,
I would
no.
be like, what the
It would
fuck?
be if the Knicks.
Why? I'd say
Exactly.
why.
It was going to be because it's LeBron 2.0. Then it's like, okay, the league really might be rigged.
Well,
I think that's it.
I think that's all we have time for today. Great discussion. So, a lot of topics, conversations that we got into today. And, we all had different opinions, so it was good. Let's see what our teams can do from now.